Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. We are going to be doing this set is this beautiful set. I'm going to show you from beginning to end, prep and all, since this is on somebody else. I do want to talk to you about some things that you should not do with sets like this finger right here. You guys, you should not be performing services on someone who has like half their nail gone. It should definitely be growing out. However, I am in school right now and I'm practicing with forms, so I told her that I would do it because I wanted to see if I could use a form to actually cover it and see how good of repairing I could do. So that is the only reason I really did this, and it was practice. She was letting me practice on her. So if this was like an actual real client and I was getting paid for these services and doing them often, like having them come back for refills, so on and so forth, then I probably would not have performed this service, you guys, because you don't want to do any more damage to their nail. But a lot of people who get their toes done actually do acrylic overlay on them, and they will do the same thing that I'm about to do to her nail. So technically you're not supposed to work over top of nails that are like that, but I don't know, that's up to you. State board wise, you are not supposed to do it. So I'm just telling y'all what you're supposed to do, and you can take that and do what you will with it at home. But anyway, we are going to be working over it today and I'm going to show you how to cover a nail if that is something that you want to do. But again, like I said, I just want to put that out there, disclaimer, that you are not supposed to be working over nails like that. I also wanted to note that if you see discoloration in her nail, that is not a fungus. That is nothing to be alarmed about. Some people of melanin just have more melanin in their nails, and sometimes it can even tell you that they have some type of cancer, maybe, or some type of syndrome. So it is nothing to be super alarmed about. You can tell them to go seek medical attention, but it is nothing as far as like a bacteria, fungus, nothing like that. So it was very safe for me to work on her nails and nothing will be contaminated or nothing like that, if you were wondering, because I know a lot of people don't know these things. These are just some things that you actually learn in nail school. So that's another reason why I say if you want to go to nail school, you should. Just to be more knowledgeable, because you do learn stuff in nail school. You're not going to learn too much as far as designs or anything like that, but you do learn some things in nail school, such as sanitation, diseases to look out for, funguses. So you should know that when you are working on other people, because you will know what to work on and what not to work on. Right here, you guys, I am just going ahead. I use these EC basket stiletto tips. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm stumbling over my words. I literally just woke up and doing this voiceover. I want to get it out for y'all today by 6 p.m. hopefully. Let's pray that it's up today by 6 p.m. I usually don't do videos on Sundays, but I know that a lot of people just sit at home and chill on Sundays, and this is a great time to put a video out. So hopefully it gets up for you all. But yeah, I got these tips from Amazon EC Basket. They are linked in my Amazon storefront if you want to go get them. Like I said, I do have a lot of items linked in my Amazon storefront now. Right after this video, I'll be linking a few more things that I don't have up there just yet. So go check it out. It's in my description box. So I actually have a contest going on. If you don't know the contest going on, then you did not watch the full video. I will link that video up here if you want to go enter. But so far for the press-ons, the first person that commented, I believe, was Tia. That is the first message that popped up to my phone when that video came up. So I'm gonna put Tia up here. If you want some press-ons, girl, then contact me on Instagram and I will make them for you using this nail hack. If you have not seen that video, go ahead and check that video out. I'll link it above for you all right here. So the shaping part took a little longer than expected just because I did have to cut these stiletto tips down. They are already stiletto tips, but she didn't want them as long as they come. So I did have to cut them down to make them a little shorter and then reshape them into stiletto. So that took up quite a bit of my time because, y'all, this is my first time actually doing stiletto on anyone other than myself. So I was actually really nervous for this. I wasn't nervous for the application though, because I know for a fact application on stiletto is like really easy, you guys. It's so easy because there's not a lot of nail to cover at the tip. For some reason, doing stiletto nails, application on stiletto nails is so easy for me. So I was happy about that. I had no issues with application today, and well, when I did the video. And so I'm super excited. And I also use Dynamic Nail Supply acrylic powder, which helped me out tremendously because y'all already know the acrylic powder by Dynamic Nail Supply is just a go-to for a quick application. It's just so good. So I did put this form on off camera because I was just having trouble doing it, and it was out of frame, I believe. I'm sorry for some of this video being out of frame. A little later on, I do position her hand and push it back so that it can be in the picture once I noticed in some clips. So again, I do apologize for some of it being out of frame. I'm not good at filming other people's hands, and the way my camera is positioned now is kind of in a weird way. I don't position it over top of their hand anymore because I kind of want y'all to see at a different angle. So when I first started making videos, I positioned it like overhead the way I do mine when I make my videos. But I don't know, y'all let me know if y'all would prefer to have the camera over top of their hand or in a position like this where you're seeing it kind of straight on, like head on. Y'all let me know. But right now I am going ahead and I'm going to be placing this bead down. This is Dynamic Nail Supply, like I said, in the shade Jade. I did not put up the acrylic powder in the video, so it is in the shade Jade. That's Jade. I don't know what number it is, but I do remember the name. Like this is my first time using it on someone else, and I just love it. Like, it is such a pretty color. She wanted me to match this bag that she has. I don't have a picture of the bag. She just showed me on her phone, and she told me that she wanted this green. So the green that she showed me was literally exactly the green of this acrylic powder. So it just worked out. It really worked out. The set came out exactly how she wanted to. I think she like loved it. She told me that it was so pretty. And yeah, so I'm super happy with the way that it came out. Now, using this form on a nail that is literally like halfway on her nail bed is just hard. I had to basically position it myself and keep it in that position because the form kept coming up since it had nothing to go under. Like, it had no nail to go under, to stay under. So I literally had to hold it off of camera. I didn't show y'all that, but I literally had to hold it in place until the acrylic dried so that it would not keep moving. But I did keep this in real time, this application right here. I kept it in real time because I just want y'all to see how good of an application Dynamic lets you get. Like, when I tell y'all, if you are a beginner, if you are a advanced nail tech, this acrylic powder is literally like one of the best acrylic powders that I've ever tried. Like, definitely hands down one of the best, and the price point is just crazy to me. Like, it's crazy. I am going to link a video above for you all right here if you want to go check some Dynamic Nail Supply videos out. I know a lot of y'all are returning subscribers, so I'm like pretty sure that you've seen all of my Dynamic Nail Supply videos, but I have a ton of them. I think I have like maybe 4. The first one that I ever made is the one that everyone watches. That one kind of went viral. So I'll link that one above for you all right here. And I do believe that that one actually has this shade in it of a swatch. So hopefully if anybody wants to check them out, then you can definitely go check that video out. I also wanted to keep this part in real time because I just wanted to show y'all the real. Like, I am a very, very slow worker when it comes to doing other people's nails. This set right here took me 4 hours. This short nail, like, honestly, it doesn't even matter if it's a short set, a long set. It is going to take me 4 hours no matter what. I don't know what it is about me doing nails and it's always 4 to 4.5 hours, no matter the set. If it's short, then I can do it if it's like a shorty set and it's plain, nothing, no design, no bling, like maybe a marble and a encapsulation of marble, I can do that in like 2 hours. But outside of that, y'all, my sets take so long. So I just wanted to let y'all know and keep it real with y'all that don't rush your clients. Like, I promise you, I've taken a lot of clients so far, and so far I will tell y'all that I always tell them ahead of time, like, look, I'm slow, I take a long time, and they still want to come to me, y'all. They still want to come, they still want to get their nails done. And even afterwards, like, I'll be like, I'm sorry it took so long. And they're like, girl, these are fire. Like, I don't care. They are worth it. They always say that. So as long as your nails are worth it and your nails are staying on, you guys, like, I promise you, they will come back and they will bear with you until you get your speed up. Now, I know some advanced nail techs that still take 4 to 5 hours doing sets. Maybe not this short, but I know nail techs that have been doing nails for 3-4 years and still take a long time. So just work on your speed, but don't feel pressured to get your speed down too quick or rush a set. Like, don't rush a set because you're worried about what they're gonna say. If they want to come to you, just warn them that, you know, you're a beginner tech and you take a little longer than expected, but you just want your nails to be perfect, so they appreciate that. So I just wanted to keep it in real time and show you all that nobody is perfect. People always start somewhere. Like, don't not take clients because you feel like you take too long to do nails. You have to start somewhere. If you don't start taking clients when you're taking a long time, how are you ever going to get your speed down? You have to practice on live clients, or you're just never going to be able to practice the way that you want to. With prep, putting the tips on, sizing the tips, you need to start taking clients so that you can figure out exactly how to size them, what fits right on their nail plate. Like, you have to take clients, y'all. You have to take clients, or you're never going to get your speed down. In reality, working on yourself is one thing, but working on a live client is a whole different ball game, you guys. Like, they move a lot, they want to talk to you and wave their hands. Like, it takes time. Some of them come indecisive. They don't know what they want. Then y'all got to sit there and figure it out. Like, all of that takes up time. So you just need to get the feel of having somebody actually sit in your chair and you'll be good. The only thing that I wish I did differently on this set was I wish I would have pre-shaped her nails a little more narrow. I don't like how wide they are, really, but I mean, they still came out beautiful. But if I had to do it again, I would have pre-shaped the tips a little bit more to make them a little bit more narrow, you guys. I wouldn't have kept them as wide of a stiletto. I kind of like a more narrow stiletto. Just right near where her natural nail and the tip meet, that is where I would have filed it in a little more. So, and right there, I was just tucking the cuticle bead in. You always want to make sure that you are tucking the cuticle bead into their nail when you are doing an application, you guys. I'm going back on this form nail and I am just placing a little bit more acrylic to smooth it all out. It is now on her nail, so it came out really, really good. Hopefully it stays. I don't know. This is really just a trial and error for me. I have never done a form on a nail that was like half there before. So, we will see how that comes out. I'm hoping to get a great update. So I will let y'all know, how it goes within the 2 to 4 weeks. So, the application of this acrylic, you guys, was phenomenal. If you are having trouble with your application, I actually went over that in a swatch video. If you have not checked that out, I will link that above right here. Everyone has commented saying that it's really helping them out. and that it was really good tips on how to apply a bead to get that flawless application. I know some of y'all have trouble with acrylic, or some of y'all don't work with acrylic just because you're scared to work with acrylic, but I think that I explained it really, really well in that video. So again, I will link it above for you all right here if I have not already, and you can go check that out. But I will say it again, or at least a little bit. It's not going to be as in-depth as that video because I did put that in slow motion. But just what you want to do is you want to make sure that your beads are polymerized. What that means is you want to make sure that your beads are fully glossy before placing the bead down. Now, Dynamic Nail Supply does it on its own, and y'all will know what I'm talking about when you go back to watch that video. But as you can see, as soon as I place the bead down, like, it's already glossy before I even hit the nail. And that's how an acrylic powder should be. I should not have to really wait for it to get glossy. I shouldn't have to like really shake it or tap the brush for it to fully polymerize. However, with some acrylic powders that you probably have to do that. And I just seen a comment earlier that on my last video that somebody said they have thrown so many acrylic powders away and they wish they would have saw that video first before before they threw their acrylic powders away because they didn't think that they could use them. So that's just a little hack, not even really a hack, but that's just a little tip on how to use acrylic powders that you think are not workable or that you think are too chalky, and you just have to let them fully polymerize, y'all. Like, I promise, it makes a huge difference. But a lot of acrylic powders, they come out and you tap them and they're just sitting there like Play-Doh. And beads should not be like that. But if you are working with acrylic powder that is like that, then that video will show you exactly how to apply it on the nail and get a flawless finish. So usually I do not keep both hands in the video. However, I did go ahead and put the next hand in this video. I wanted to show you all exactly how this application was going because that's just how good it was to me. It was so easy. Like, this hand went kind of slow. I actually did a lot more beads on this hand than I did on the other hand, but it always goes like that, you guys. Like, once you get to the next hand, the flow of everything is just going to be going super, super fast. You're going to run through it because you already know how you want to place the beads. You already know like what you want to do, the design, everything. So it's always that first hand, you guys, that is going to go super, super slow and waste a lot of time. But once you get to that second hand, it's just uphill from there. Like, you're going to blow through it. I also wanted to mention that I am placing pretty thick of beads or thick of acrylic on this nail, on all the nails, because I did not cap these in clear. The only part that I capped in clear, you guys, was basically the cuticle area. There was no ombre or anything like that, so there was really no point in me capping it in clear. And when I file these nails, even though they are completely colored acrylic, the filing came out just fine. And I knew that I was going to be putting a lot of rhinestones on top of it and a lot of charms, so I wasn't too worried about what the acrylic would look like with no encapsulation. But if you are worried about that, then I would suggest doing a thinner layer of the colored acrylic and then building the apex or whatever is up when you are encapsulating with clear. Build that up with the clear. So if you want to use less product, you don't want to use too much of the acrylic powder, just put a thin layer of the colored acrylic and go ahead and build it up with some clear acrylic. I use when I do encapsulate, I use either Todds or Mia Secret clear acrylic. Those are both linked in my Amazon storefront as well if you want to go check those out. Those are the acrylic powders that I recommend that are quick to get to you and affordable versus some other brands that are a little more higher price. But I have heard that not polished clear acrylic is really good, as well as Valentino. So There are plenty clear acrylic powders out there, you guys. I do not know which one is the clearest. I have not done that test yet, just because I have not ordered from other companies they're clear. But maybe one day soon I will do that test. I don't know how exactly I would do it, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that video will come in the near future. Now, again, I am sorry about the view of these nails, you guys. I know it's like off to the side and not in the middle of the picture, but it's just the way my camera does not reach over that far. The way that I have it positioned now, I have it on the left side of me instead of, it used to be on the right side, and it used to kind of be in my face. So that is why I turned it and switched it onto the other side. I don't know, y'all. I have to, however V nailed it, however she films, I don't know how she films and how she gets those angles, y'all, but maybe her desk is set up a different way. I don't know, but I'm trying to get like V. Okay, I'm trying to get like V and have those angles for y'all when I'm doing other people's nails. So I'm gonna work on it. We're gonna get there. I don't know, I'm gonna have to play around with the angles in certain videos and just see what's popping, what's good. So we'll see when we get there. Y'all, my friend was drunk the other night and she sent me some videos of her nails like still being on and just blabbing about how how she it's been 2 weeks and she doesn't need a fill yet. And I'm like, you know, usually you don't need a fill just after 2 weeks unless you like really want the fill and you want to get the color changed or whatever. And she's like, no girl, like you don't understand. The person I was going to last time, the nails that they did on me, like they would crack by 2 weeks and I would be having to glue them back on myself. And I'm like, girl, like, well, it's a good thing that you changed nail techs, because that is not how things should be going for you. But these are a video of her nails just still on. It's not that clear, but she did send them to me. And if you want to go check that video out, I will link it above for you all right here. So I didn't really walk you all through prep, but to get the nails to stay on, the only thing that I do is I thoroughly prep and I actually really clean up the cuticle area. Now for these nails right here, I did not go underneath her eponychium and like really clean up any dead cuticle tissue, just because I did not see a lot, and I just wanted it to be a faster process. So I did just take a sanding band, and her cuticle area was not that bad, and it wasn't so bad to the point where I had to, but typically I would definitely go up underneath the cuticle area with a pointy size bit, and I have all the bits that I use are in my Amazon storefront, you guys, like every last one. So typically I would do that and use a sanding band to go ahead and clean it up and just rough up the nail. So I do that, but the most important thing is definitely just getting all the dead skin off the nail plate where you're going to place the acrylic powder and the cuticle area, because you don't want any lifting coming about right there. And sealing your cuticles is like one of the most important parts, and I'm going to go in depth when we get to that in a second. But I did go ahead, before placing any acrylic down, you guys, I did go ahead and prep with some primer and protein bond. The dehydrator that I use is from Mia Secret. If you do not have any Mia Secret dehydrator or any other dehydrator, you can for sure use alcohol. That is just clearing the nail of any oils. And then the second thing that I use is the Mia Secret primer that is also in my Amazon storefront. I go ahead and use that, and then I use protein bond, and I actually use protein bond. I use 2 coats of protein bond. If I don't use 2 coats of protein bond, then I will use 1 coat of protein bond and then 1 coat of the not polish, I think it's called Extra Bond or something like that, but that is their bond. You'll know when you see it on the website. It's not polishes, primer and bond, but I use I think it's called primer bond or something like that. But typically I will use 2 coats of the protein bond by Young Nails, which everybody loves. So that is definitely a go-to, and they usually have sales on their protein bond, so you got to catch the sales. That is when I always stock up on protein bond. I have like 2 or 3 of them in my nail room right now unopened, just because I always catch them. Young Nails is always having sales, so that is the perfect time to go ahead and stock up on their products, because they have really good products, you guys. So this is really why the video is so long. The video is so long because I just wanted to put both hands in here of application, which I usually do not do. I usually just put one hand of the application in if they are the same, which they were, but I just wanted y'all to see how I did the application. So I did go ahead and place both hands of me applying the acrylic in the video. Now I did shape a little bit off camera, but honestly I did not need a lot of shaping. Like I said, stilettos are super easy to do because they kind of already keep their shape if you are cleaning off the sides as you go. So I did go ahead and taper in the nails at the bottom. I was just making them pointy. She wanted them pointy instead of round, so I did go ahead and do the bottom of the tips. It's so much easier to do this if you already have tips that come as stiletto instead of you having to shape them. I personally don't even know why, unless you're just trying to impress somebody, I don't know why anybody would use tips that are not already in the form or shape of what style you want, because it's just less time consuming to just place them on and go. Like tapered square, coffin, round, almond, stiletto, square, you name it, they have tips for it now that are already pre-shaped. So to cut down time, I highly suggest you get those type of tips. I will have a whole bunch of different types of tips next month on my website. So I am just waiting for those to come in for me. I don't even think it will be next month because from where I ordered, they don't take that long to come. AliExpress takes forever, but I ordered some and through a vendor, and they should not be taking that long to come. So yeah, I will have some stiletto tips available. It won't be these because I did get these off of Amazon. They will be a little longer than this. And I will have some of the 3XL. I will have some full cover tips for you all, like the ones I used in my last video. I will have some of those available for you all. So yeah, there will be a lot of tips coming soon. I am restocking on my monomer. I think I'm actually sold out of my monomer. Somebody got the last one. Y'all love my monomer. It works really well. I know it does. Y'all can let me know down below if you ever use my monomer. It pairs with every acrylic powder, you guys. Like, that is what I use today. That is what I used in my last video. I've been using it for like the last 3 or 4 videos. But yeah, my monomer pairs with everything. So if you are looking for a monomer, go ahead, and the link is always in my description box for you all if you want to go shop with me. I do have a few things on my website. I restocked Yum Yum, so yeah, go ahead and check that out. Now I forgot to show y'all or explain. I showed y'all, but I forgot to explain. I was talking too much. I forgot to explain to really go in the cuticle, so I'm gonna just put a little clip of it back up here while I'm doing these 3D flowers. But y'all have to remember to really seal those cuticles, y'all. This is like something that you cannot skip, y'all. You can't skip this process or your nails will lift. Like, your nails will lift at the cuticle area, and that is the worst part of the nail to lift because it looks super ugly, and it's not going to be cute. Like, the whole nail can pop off. So when you are doing this, you definitely want to be sealing the cuticles. I use a 501 bit. That is the best bit in my opinion to use. So just be sure to make sure that you are doing this step and do not skip it. Y'all, 3D flowers with a good acrylic powder that doesn't set too fast and doesn't set too slow is becoming a lot more easy for me. These weren't the best, but I'm just learning to not mess with it too much. I'm just learning to place the bead down, press it down where I want it to, and just leave it alone and go to the next one. I think before, when I first started to do 3D flowers, that I was kind of just messing with them too much, and that is what was making them like not come out how I wanted them to. And I was just really overthinking it. 3D flowers do not have to be that hard, you guys. The hardest part for me is just making sure that you're depending on what acrylic powder that you're using, you need to make sure that the bead is not going to run. If it runs, that's going to make it way harder for you to excuse me, Sorry, y'all. I had to clear my throat off camera because woo. But it's going to make it way harder for you to do those 3D flowers. That first stone that I used on the pointer finger is from Shein, and this butterfly stone that I'm using right now is actually from my website, the Luxury Charms. This one right here as well is a luxury charm from my website. If you want to go check that out, it is in the description box, like I said. So I am just using some Zule bling adhesive to adhere all of these stones. I did not use any other glue today. I just wanted them to stay on since the design was so intricate and detailed. Right now I am using some Precioso. I don't know how to pronounce it, y'all. I'm using those stones. Those are the crystal ones, and the green ones are actually from Shein as well. They're like this emerald green, super pretty, like really pretty. And then the rest of them, the small ones that I'm putting in between those crystal ones, the smaller ones, are actually from my website as well. They're the SS10 crystal clear ones that I have, and then this last one that I'm placing on top is another Precioso or Preciosa, whatever you call them, one of those stones that I got from Hobby Lobby. I have a video on where I got them from. If you want to go check that out, I will try to link that above. If I don't put the picture, I will put the link above for you all right here, but I went to Hobby Lobby and got a whole bunch of them. Now I am placing a stone in the middle, and then I'm just going to do some 3D flowers right underneath and above it and on the sides of it surrounding that stone. This stone is just a regular champagne stone from, I think I may have gotten it from Shein. They have tons of them. You can get a big box of them off of Amazon. I believe I have that linked in my Amazon storefront as well. It's a big box of champagne crystals so that you won't have to go on Shein and buy the small ones. I just prefer, if you are going to get a big box, I prefer to get it from Amazon so you know exactly what you're getting. And if you want to return it, it's a little quicker. So I thought it would be cute to add a little bit more rhinestones on that nail because it was kind of plain. It didn't have enough going on, so I did go ahead and just add a little detail. I kind of wish that I would have added some caviar beads as well. Y'all know I love caviar beads surrounding stones, but I just felt like this set had already taken enough of our time, so I did just go ahead and add some tiny champagne crystals just around the 3D flowers on that middle nail. And now I thought that this nail was too plain too, so I did go back and I added some more champagne small rhinestones to the nail and just connected the flowers, and I thought that came out really pretty, a pretty touch. The only thing that I wish I would have done, I wish I would have added some of these stones to the pinky nail, because I kind of felt like the pinky nail was just, it was just kind of by itself. Like it had stones on it, but it wasn't all put together like the rest of the nails, but it still came out cute. It was still pretty. I just wish I would have added that extra touch to that nail and brought it all together. So these are just things that you learn as you go, you guys. Once you do a lot of crystal placement, you'll get the hang of it. I actually don't do too much crystal placement, so I'm just starting to get into it, but I just freestyled this whole entire set, you guys. So it was really just whatever looked good at that time, and that is what I did. I did go ahead and add a few more crystals to the nail just to bring that one all together. I thought that nail was like the prettiest nail out of all of them. Between that one and the ring finger, it was super cute. I did not get the thumb in the camera because it was out of frame, so I'm sorry about that. Y'all did not see that, but it was cute. It was kind of like the 3D flower with the connecting rhinestones, but it was without the 3D flowers basically. So now I am taking some Dynamic Nail Supply top coat, and I'm just going around all the 3D flowers. I am not going over the 3D flowers. If y'all have seen this video up here, I'm going to link it up here for you all. I actually went over the 3D flowers and I regretted it because I did not like the way that it looked glossy. So this time I made it a point and made sure not to go over the 3D flowers with the crystals. I also think that it messes up the look, not with the crystals, with the glossy top coat. it messes them up. So just make sure that you're going around it, and make sure that you are giving the crystals a glue bath, which I say that when you are putting top coat all surrounding all the crystals, just to seal them all in. And I did go over top of the gold rhinestones or the gold charms because I wanted them to not tarnish and turn throughout her the whole time that she keeps these rhinestones on. So if you want them to not tarnish, I would definitely go over the bigger charms that are gold, and they will not turn on you. At least they won't turn on you so quickly. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I went ahead and cleaned up around the cuticle area. You do not want to leave any of the top coat you don't want to leave any of the top coat surrounding her actual fingers. Is just not going to be a good look. I went ahead and put some cuticle oil on her hands, and that was it, you guys. This is how the nails came out. I thought they were beautiful. They are so cute. I love them. Everybody on Facebook loved them. Y'all love them on Instagram. If you have not been on my Instagram, make sure that you go follow me on Instagram, y'all, because most of the time y'all will see it first there. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. I love y'all so much. Mwah. Bye.